became apparent to me, just as a practitioner, that the difference between level 1 and level 2 was very small mathematically, but a huge difference for the learners. They were having real trouble achieving level 2. For them, the gap between level 1 and level 2 seems enormous, but then they were shown that actually the gap in the maths is very small. So that encouraged them to participate in a course that was looking at the language, because they could see that that was going to address the area of weakness. The way that level 2 maths questions are worded is in complex English. For example, there are 300 learners who come to the college every week, of whom 80% are female. How many of our learners would ever use the phrasing "of whom"? In my experience, the better their English, the more easily they adjust. All of our learners do maths in their everyday life. They go shopping, they measure, they do ratios in their cooking. They're doing maths. At the beginning of the research project, they created posters to demonstrate the maths that they already use. And again, that was a revelation for some of the learners to find out that they already can do this and do this. In order for them to understand how level 2 questions are worded, we've deconstructed level 2 questions several times leading up to this session. So they know that level 2 questions are made up of some personalisation, information separate from the question, that some of the information that's provided is extra and not needed, and they need to sift that out, and that there may be some complex language involved, and that there will be more than one layer to the question. Try and think how you would work that out.
Probably have to calculate it first.
If 1 stone is 6.35 kilograms and he weighs 15 stone, what maths would you do?
I don't know. Times. Times.
And then what?
And then the answer you get, you round it.
Right. So at what stage are you going to do that?
That's second stage.
Right, so that's an after question. Yes? And so what about that one? And then it's asking you to round to 10 grams.
Yeah.
Would you round it first or afterwards?
No, I think you still have to work it out first, because I think they're all saying that, work it out.
And then do it?
And then approximately round it up.
After?
Yeah.
A camper uses his map to find the distance from one caravan site to the next one. The scale on the map is 1 to 200,000. The distance on his map is approximately 25 centimetres.
It's approximately, so 25 is 30. You have to rounding, or you don't have to?
No. What they're saying is they've measured it, and it's probably 24.9 centimetres.
So it's no rounding?
No rounding. They've already done the rounding for you.
Yeah.
Yes?
650 megabytes. The 1 gigabyte, 1000 megabyte.
Right. Can I just stop you for a moment so we can see whether we can find any patterns? I've taken out from both your piles this question about a vet weighing a dog. I don't know whether you ever tried to weigh a dog, but they won't stand on the scales.
Sometimes we do when our child is small.
Yes. Instead of trying to fit your child onto scales,
That's right.
you weigh yourself with them and without them. So that card has given you the weight of an owner and dog, and the weight of an owner alone. Can you tell me how you think you'd make a calculation to get an answer to this question?
You have to subtract a number, owner alone, and you get a number.
Hansa, have you any feeling on that? Would you round first?
I think
or
round
after?
first.
I think first.
What did it ask you to round it to?
The nearest half a kilogram.
I think you have to do after round, because they were saying half of the kilogram. If you're going to do before, you can difference 3-4 kilogram.
300 grams, yes.
That's right. So it makes lots of difference.
Right. So how are we going to get the most accurate answer? By rounding before or after?
After.
You know, maths wasn't my perfect subject, so I just thought I'll come out and have a go at it again and see what I can do.
If somebody give me the simple language in English, I can understand, but little bit complex language, I will confuse what they're saying. So it's
Especially
language.
This is maths language. It's make a confuse us. We already done in when when we was child, in our country.
I have to try to understand what they're asking for us. I have a degree at accountant at my country, so I want to be accountant here. So I'm doing for my future.
It's really helpful, these things, to explain to our child, You can help to them homework. We understand same language, so sometimes we can explain to each other. It's easy to understanding, When we get lost, we can help to each other,
The problems that were experienced today were nearly all connected with English being the second language. I think when they discuss questions in their own language, it helps them to crystallise the ideas in their head. They know they need to rephrase them in English, but it just helps them sort things out and clarify between the two of them that they're thinking along the right lines. And actually, I have encouraged them to do that. Of course, it's not just these ladies. There were 16 others involved on the project around the college. They did a maths test before we started and a maths test last week. And the initial results show that more than half of the group made an improvement in the results after just those 6 weeks. Some of them a marked improvement. I'm prepared to invest my time in this because I believe in it. And in addition, because we'll soon be moving on from the national test onto functional skills, I want to continue working with this so that it can be made relevant to functional skills and applied to functional skills questions too.